So, 2023 was another huge year for No Man's Sky, and one that arguably increased the player count purely by Starfield being released. Which wasn't exactly expected, but we can't complain, can we? Now, of course, we also got given some major updates and teasers for the next update in 2024, along with some major Hello Games news. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and review 2023 for both No Man's Sky and Hello Games. So let's start with the major No Man's Sky updates, and as we've come to expect over the years with Hello Games, they gave us multiple major updates throughout the entire year, further enhancing what is already an amazing game, along with a few expeditions for us to get stuck into as well. The first update that we got in 2023 was the Fractal update, and that gave us a new starship which goes by the name of the Utopia Speedster, as well as a total revamp for you virtual reality players out there. Now, this update also came with a brand new expedition, along with a few other smaller updates as well. Now, I must admit, I never actually got myself a new starship, as I don't feel the need to change my fully upgraded squid ship. But overall, I thought the Fractal update was okay, but nothing special. But that's probably down to the fact that I'm not a VR player, I guess. Though I would love to experience No Man's Sky in VR at some point, and for those of you who do play VR, leave a comment with how it is, I'd love to know. Anyway, the next major update was the Interceptor update, which in my opinion was much better than the Fractal update. It introduced new corrupted worlds, a new starship class with a ton of unique Sentinel Interceptor ships, a couple of which I've collected myself because I think they look damn awesome. Now, Interceptor also gave us new enemy types, some new tech, Sentinel capital ships, and a new Interceptor jetpack. Now, overall, this update was highly successful and a much liked one amongst new players and returning players. Probably one of the biggest updates in a while, to be honest, and certainly one of the best for a while in my opinion, as it introduced some major changes in comparison to a few previous ones. And a couple of months after Interceptor, No Man's Sky went live on Mac devices, which, if I'm not mistaken, makes the game available on all current major platforms, which is pretty damn cool. And shortly after that came the Singularity expedition, which gave us a whole bunch of new awesome rewards. Now, I personally enjoyed this expedition, but I don't really use rewards for it. I mean, either way. What do you guys think of Singularity? So, let's fast forward to August of 2023, and then came the major Echoes update, and immediately afterwards, the Voyagers expedition. Now, both of these released just before Starfield hit the shelves and massively increased the player count. Though I also suspect Starfield not being as good as people perhaps anticipated helped a bunch with that as well. Anyway, the Echoes update gave us a brand new race of robots, which also gave us new story content, so major enhancement to the game overall. There are also pirate freighters and enhancements of freighter battles, which I thoroughly enjoyed. It made me feel a bit like Star Wars with a trench run on them, which was cool. We also got multiple new multi-tools with the Staff and the Atlantid multi-tools, the Staff being the first customizable multi-tool in the game, which was a feature I'd wanted for a while, though I do wish they'd extend the customizable feature to other types as well. But overall, Echoes was a major success and very, very popular amongst new and returning players. Now, Echoes was in fact the last major update of the year, barring a few patches and a rerun of Expeditions, which has become a Christmas tradition from Hello Games. Now, more often than not, we'd see an extra update between August and Christmas, but there is one pretty damned obvious reason why we didn't, and I'll get onto that in just a few minutes. But overall, I'll give the 2023 updates No Man's Sky probably an 8 out of 10. Mainly because I really enjoyed Interceptor and Echoes, but I wasn't overly fussed by Fractal, because as I mentioned, I don't really play in VR. Let me know your rating of the updates below, I'd love to know what you guys think. So, let's have a quick look ahead to 2024 and what it has in store for No Man's Sky. Now, the first thing is, it looks like we're going to be getting a major overhaul of the space stations. Finally. They've been pretty much the same for years, with the exception of the Outlaw ones, of course, but this small trailer, albeit so short, does show us a few things, including a totally revamped interior and exterior of the space stations, which I think both look freaking awesome. Now, I could probably do an entire video on speculation covering possible new additions to the space stations, obviously aside from their appearance, but one thing's for certain, 2024 is going to bring us these brand new space stations, and I am thoroughly looking forward to that. Now, of course, there will be other updates to come to No Man's Sky in 2024, but beyond what we have already seen, this is going to be pure speculation, and I will likely do a video on that in the new year, perhaps after we know what is going to be included in the space station update. Now, I suspect that update, whatever it may be called, will hit our consoles and PCs sometime in February, as it tends to be when the first major updates of the year comes out. There will also be a few smaller updates that come with it, but there is also the chance that 2024 is the first year we start to get less updates for No Man's Sky, and of course the reason for that is Light No Fire. Now, Light No Fire was announced at the Game Awards a couple of weeks ago, and it's a brand new IP from Hello Games which gives us an entire planet to explore. Again, procedurally generated, but this game looks to have a lot more RPG elements and fantasy shenanigans going on compared to No Man's Sky. It's like a combination between RPG and sandbox survival. Now, I'm personally very excited for this game to come out, and we know that Hello Games have probably learned from their original marketing mistakes surrounding No Man's Sky, because the launch of that was totally botched. So it's likely they wouldn't reveal Light No Fire unless they had a clear window of when they expect this game is going to be ready to hit the shelves. Now, I suspect it's closer than we think because we've got quite an in-depth trailer, and I'll certainly be pre-ordering the game and covering it in depth on my channel, so keep an eye out for that. So, overall, 2023 has been a big year, and of course a successful one at that for No Man's Sky, with some really awesome major updates. It might not be the best year in the game's history with regards to updates, but it's certainly right up there, and the player count has also increased. Partially down to these awesome updates, and partially down to Starfield not reaching its expectations. And of course, we also got huge Hello Games news with their new game announcement, so it was a massive year for them as well. Now, I'm personally expecting a quieter 2024 for No Man's Sky, mainly because of Light No Fire. So what do you guys think? Do you think Hello Games' focus will now begin to shift to their new game, whilst also providing a couple of updates for No Man's Sky, albeit less often? Let me know in those comments below. And that's all for now, folks. There will be plenty going on my channel in the new year surrounding No Man's Sky, Light No Fire, and a whole host of other games. I hope you have a great new year however you celebrate, and if you're still here, it would be totally awesome if you could support my channel by hitting those like and subscribe buttons. You can now also become a channel member as well, and as always, thank you for watching this video, and I shall catch you in the next one.